Should Universal Studios' Toon Lagoon be replaced? All that and more next on the Universal Eye. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Universal Eye, keeping an eye on the latest and greatest Universal news for you. And today I wanted to do something a little bit different, and that's do a response video to another channel called Arch and Castle. I think their stuff is pretty cool. They do all sorts of Disney and Universal content, and I think it would be kind of an interesting thing to talk about. So they put out a video recently and it was titled, "Should Toon Lagoon be replaced at Universal Orlando?" I thought this was a really interesting question. It was a good video, short and sweet, to the point, and I definitely had a lot of thoughts, opinions on the matter. So he actually stated that he didn't know any of the comic book characters and that he didn't personally like it and didn't really know anybody who liked that area. And you can count at least one person now that you know that likes that area, because I really enjoy Toon Lagoon. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion unbeknownst to me. Maybe his opinion is unpopular. I don't know. I would really like to know. I'm actually going to leave a poll up above for you guys to let me know, do you like Toon Lagoon or do you not like Toon Lagoon? I'm really interested to see. But that being said, I don't think Toon Lagoon should really go anywhere. I really enjoy it. I think it's a really cute land, and I don't think that Universal is going to even remotely think about getting rid of that area anytime soon, for the sheer fact that those are two of the three water rides that they have just in that area. And in the hot Florida summer, you have to have water rides. Like, that's not an option to not have any. People expect water rides, and I think people would be really mad if you took them out. I also really enjoyed the rides. I think, looking back, really those are two of my favorite rides in both of the parks, which is kind of an odd ride to be your favorite rides, but I really enjoy Bilge-Rat, Barges, and I really enjoy Dudley Do Ride. I think they're really awesome rides. I think they're really fun. I love the animatronics. I love the way it is. It's very classic. Those are animatronics that really don't go out of style for me. Like, there are other animatronics in the park, like in the Cat in the Hat ride, that really just don't, they don't live up to it. But those, I don't know why, but those little statues and animatronics just really have stood the test of time for me. They don't look silly to me. Now, I will say that I completely agree with Arch and Castle in the fact that half of the stuff is closed, and that makes me really sad, and I really think Universal needs to put some more effort in that area. Maybe do some new updates or something to it, just a little bit more maintenance, and I think it would really make the land pop, and just do a little bit more in that area. I think it's really one of those areas that's starting to get neglected. Not as bad as, say, Seuss Landing, but yeah, it's definitely getting there on the neglection, and it's really sad to me because I think it is a really good area. It's a popular area for the summertime. I know that like classic cartoons or like newspaper cartoons and that sort of stuff kind of have fallen out of style, but I just think it's a classic style that doesn't really fall out of style, if that makes sense. Just the characters are fun and bright, and I feel like all of the other like fun and bright areas have really gone to the wayside. It's the only one that's kind of still been kept up. I really would love to see areas like Seuss Landing come back into fashion. I think that Universal, it's like they're trying to accommodate for the younger people who, like the younger kids who might be coming with their older brother and sister and the family, but at the same time they're really not. Like, those are the places in the park that seem to be really neglected, and it makes me really sad. I feel like one big difference between Disney and Universal is Disney really treasures their rides no matter what. I can't really think of an area in Disney that's like really neglected, other than maybe like Tom Sawyer Island, but even then I don't really think that's neglected. I think it's underloved by like patrons and stuff like that, but like not really neglected by Disney. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but
am I wrong?
It's my favorite
she wore a crown and she came down in a bubble, dog!
I think Universal needs to really put more emphasis and effort into their stuff. I think Cat in the Hat, I love that ride. It needs a rehaul, needs a complete overhaul. I think a lot of Seuss Landing really needs a facelift, and they need some new stuff going on. I really wish that they would do something with the Lorax. I think that was an excellent movie. The stories you'll hear in the Lorax story that they tell is absolutely beautifully done, and I think that it wouldn't hurt them to do some stuff, especially right now with the resurgence of Seuss films going on. with Illumination. I mean, they put out the Lorax, they put out the reboot of Grinch. It's only time until they put out another reboot, and you know, every few years there is a reboot of one Seuss book or another, and I think that needs a facelift. I think that they really need better areas for kids. I completely agree with you with Arch and Castle. If anything needs to go, it's probably Curious George / the Barney area. The Barney area is freaking awful. It's terrifying. I'm sorry, it's awful. Like, Barney just talks out of the speakers out of nowhere. It's like really cheesy and bad. I don't know, I think there are worse areas in the park personally. But even if the Barney area wasn't to go, just please like do something with it. Especially, and the Curious George is so like blah. Like the Curious George area is really cute and it could be something so much better, but it needs just at least a coat of paint, guys. Come on, Universal, like. And also, I think the other area that probably needs to go at this point is the Mystic area. I can't even think of what it's called right now. But it's the one with that like weird Poseidon walkthrough show thing. Yeah, that, I don't know, I kind of enjoy doing that because it's usually kind of empty. That's not like a great sign. Also, I always forget that isn't there like a Legends of Sinbad or something like that show somewhere that you actually sit down for? I've never been to that in my entire life. Yeah, that area needs an overhaul. I think like some of it's really cute. I like some of the theming, but I think it's just like, it's overdone now and there's really not much to draw anybody there. So hopefully they do something with that sort of area soon. I don't know. I also want to point out that I really agree with Arch and Castle on the Nickelodeon thing. I actually wore my Krusty Land shirt today, specifically because I really want Universal to do something like what they did with Krusty Land, at the minimum with SpongeBob. I think it's really sad that they just have like the SpongeBob store and that's it. I think there's so much they can do with that. I really agree with you that it would be really cool to see like a Krusty Krab. They could do something like Glove World. There's already a ride, like an epic ride, the Fiery Fist of Pain. That would be such a cool ride to experience, especially in a Simpsons style 3D screen ride, because like you really can't make an actual roller coaster through the clouds. But it would be so cool to see that area come to life. I think that could be a great addition. And I mean, who doesn't want to eat at the Krusty Krab? No one. No one doesn't want to eat at the Krusty Krab, okay? I think there's so much they can do there, but I also don't know if they'd particularly have the rights to any of that, just because Nick does have Nickelodeon Universe. They just built a second edition of Nick Universe. First one was in Mall of Americas in Minnesota, and now there's a Nick Universe in New Jersey that just opened up, along with a DreamWorks themed water park, which I think is so cool. I really want to go there next for you guys on my main channel, Natty Rock. If you want to go check that out, please subscribe. Let me know you came over from the Universal Eye. That'd be so cool. And yeah, I just think that there's so much potential with the SpongeBob idea. I think it's definitely something I agree with you again, Arch and Castle, and it's something that I've been stating for years. So please, Nick needs to come. Nick, at least the SpongeBob area. I don't understand why nobody's done that yet, but only time will tell if they finally do it. And yeah, so I think that's just my my overall recap. Please keep Toon Lagoon. Just open it up more and do something better with it. Make SpongeBob Land, fix up Seuss Landing, and do something with that weird kids zone area. Something needs to go on with that. Although I would say that I do like the Woody Woodpecker ride, and I like the little water slide. I think it's really fun. I think more people need to know about that area, and like, you know, again, a fresh coat of paint, do something with it. I don't know, Universal really needs to update their stuff. But anyways, that's all I have for today. If you have any other commentary you want me to talk about, make sure to let me know down below, and if you have a tip, make sure you let me know over on my Instagram at Natty Rock. I really appreciate any of those. It's how we keep the channel going. And let's take it on over to the best comment from last video. Our best comment from the last video comes from 999 Adventures and says, "The virtual walkthrough is a solid note from me. You lose so much in the experience, and that's what HHN is about. I would rather it be completely cancelled than to put some half effort online. Universal doesn't redo houses, so I feel that if some other method was put together, we would lose out on ever really getting that house again." I definitely see where they're coming from, and I really hope that Universal can come to a good resolution in order to keep everybody safe and also be able to enjoy the houses properly. But I will be talking about all my opinions and predictions for Horror Nights in a video very soon, so I suggest subscribing if you are interested in finding out and keeping up to date with everything over there. Alright guys, that's all I have for today, and this is the Universal Eye signing off for now. Bye guys!